Hey guys, Dr. Keith here. Today I want to talk to you guys about two different approaches to health. One is more defensive in nature, where people are reactive, waiting for a crisis to happen before they act. And then there is an offensive game where people are more proactive in nature. But to understand this, I created this diagram here that kind of helps to explain it. So I hope you guys understand and you get this. So there's one thing that causes all symptoms, all health problems, and all disease, and that is stress, okay? Now, stress comes in three separate forms that are very specific to the body, and they are mechanical, emotional, or nutritional, or men. Men make us sick. And going further into that, I did another video called Stress 101, identifying it, where I go into detail about what mechanical, emotional, and nutritional stress is about. So if you're interested, go take a look at that video. But for purposes of this video, I wanted to talk to you about when we have stress on the body, regardless of what form or what combination, mechanical, emotional, nutritional, everybody knows that when we have higher stress, that our body is going to struggle to keep up with that and then give us certain symptoms or give us certain health problems. So how does your body combat stress? It only does it one way, and that is with nutrition. The only way that the body, your cells, and your organs can combat stress is with nutrition. So when we have higher stress in the body, we're going to require more nutrition to be able to combat that. So when the stress is there for a longer period of time, we're going to have nutritional deficits. So organ systems, tissues will not be able to perform their job appropriately because they don't have that nutrition. As a result of that, of your organs being out of balance, you're going to have muscle contraction in your spine, which is then going to cause subluxations. Now, subluxations are what chiropractors treat, and it's where the joints in the vertebrae don't move appropriately, and you've got misalignments or aberrant motion in your spine, which is then going to send a distress signal to your spine, your nervous system, and then can spill over into other aspects of your health and your body's ability to adapt to stress. Okay? So we have stress goes up, nutritional levels go down, we have these deficits that's occurring causing subluxations. When the subluxations are there, your brain cannot communicate to your body, your organs, and your cells appropriately, so then you're going to have decreased function. Now, some early warning signs of what decreased function is about is you can get things like insomnia, where you have a hard time falling asleep at night, or you have a hard time sleeping through the whole night, where you wake up in the middle of the night, or wake up in the morning and you're not feeling fully rested. You can also start to develop headaches or fatigue. You just don't have the energy to get through the day. You can start to develop digestion problems, a little bit more bloating, gas, constipation. Things like that that are early warning signs of saying, hey, your body's trying to signal to you it's not working properly, okay? Now, if more time goes on, the symptoms will become more severe, and then you can get diagnosed with a health condition or a problem, a certain condition. So then when that happens, then the typical approach to that is, well, let's go to your medical doctor, and your body's need for medication to deal with those symptoms will go up as well. So talking about two different approaches here, one is defensive health, the other is offensive. So the defensive health is one where somebody is reactive in nature. So you're going to wait for a crisis to happen, and then you're going to do something. An example is like when spring comes around and somebody that struggles with seasonal allergies, the pollen starts to bloom, and you get hit with the allergy or the sinus issues. Then you go and you take Claritin or some sort of antihistamine to help decongest you. You know, that's kind of what happens when you're playing defense, okay? And that's the role of your medical doctor, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? They give you drugs to help with the symptoms, okay? Now, the one thing that I want you to understand with this is that drugs do absolutely nothing to restore normal function in the body, okay? They only deal with the symptoms and the diagnosis. Stress, nutritional deficits, subluxations, or decreased function, drugs do nothing with that. The way that drugs work is through blocking receptor sites and interfering with human enzyme systems. And there are lots of different enzyme systems that have the same enzymes all over the body, which is why you've got side effects with all drugs. So that's one way of dealing with your health, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what it is. But what most people don't understand is that there's a whole other game over here that's called offensive health, or being proactive, where we're talking about chiropractic care and getting adjusted, talking about enzyme nutrition to strengthen your digestion system, clean out your gut, and support a healthy immune response. Okay? Now this is what I deal with in my practice all the time. So it doesn't matter what people do when they come in. The first thing that I have to do is I have to identify where is that primary source of stress on that body. Okay? Once we find it, then we need to minimize it or manage it better. We support the nutritional deficits through diet and strengthening the digestion system with enzyme nutrition. We correct the subluxations by getting adjusted and working with posture, stretches, exercises to strengthen your spine. That way, the function goes up and the symptoms and the diagnosis tends to go away. So there's two different approaches to the exact same problem. It all just depends on what you're looking for. So if you've got health challenges that you seem to be struggling with and you're not getting any results, it may be time for you to think and switch to a different perspective, one of being offense. Because you can only win games if you score. And being more proactive and being able to take control of your health and support normal function. See, the thing is that the human body, every single cell in our body is programmed for well-being. It has this innate intelligence to want to thrive, to be well. And it's not just about learning how to make it through the day or survive the day. The problem is that we abuse our bodies mechanically, emotionally, and nutritionally to a point where we can no longer compensate, and it has to break down and give us symptoms. So taking control of your health, getting adjusted, supporting normal function, and working in harmony with the body is the offensive way of dealing with your health and being able to win. Okay? So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'm Dr. Keith. Thanks for listening.